Прошел контакт подъема, двигатели центрального и свой блоков ракетоносителя вышли на режим главной ступени тяги. Параметры системы управления ракетоносителем в норме. Двигатели первой и второй ступени работают нормально. Параметры конструкции ракетоносителя в норме. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. Давление в камерах двигателей в норме. Бангаж, рысканье, вращение в норме. Полет нормальный. Параметры системы управления ракетоносителя в норме. Двигатели первой и второй ступени работают нормальные. Параметры конструкции ракетоносителя в норме. Бангаж, рысканье, вращение в норме. Есть выключение двигателя боковых блоков, есть отделение боковых блоков. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. Параметры конструкции ракетоносителя в норме. Двигатель второй ступени работает нормально. Полет нормальный. Есть простор головного втекателя. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. Параметры конструкции ракетоносителя в норме. Двигатель второй ступени работает нормально. Параметры системы управления ракетоносителя в норме. Полет нормальный. Время КП 16 часов 01 минута 34 секунды 264 миллисекунды. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. Двигатель второй ступени работает нормально. Бангаж, рысканье, вращение в норме. Параметры конструкции ракетоносителя в норме. Прошел гарантийный наддув бака действительно 3 ступени. Есть запуск двигателя третьей ступени, есть выключение двигателя второй ступени. Есть отделение второй ступени. Есть гроз-панели хвостового отсека. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. Параметры конструкции ракетоносителя в норме. Двигатель третьей ступени работает нормально. Параметры системы управления в норме. Полет нормальный. Тангаж, рысканье, вращение в норме. Параметры конструкции ракетоносителя в норме. Двигатель третьей ступени работает нормально. Параметры системы управления ракетоносителя в норме. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. Полет нормальный. Тангаж, рысканье, вращение в норме. Двигатель третьей ступени работает нормально. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. Полет нормальный. Параметры конструкции ракетоносителя в норме. Двигатель третьей ступени работает нормально. Параметры системы управления в норме. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая. Полет нормальный. Тангаж, рысканье, вращение в норме. Параметры системы управления в норме. Есть выключение двигателя третьей ступени. Есть отделение транспортного грузового корабля «Прогресс МС-11». Транспортный грузовой корабль «Прогресс МС-11» выведен на орбиту искусственного спутника Земли. Репортаж окончен.
Now the view from the Progress resupply vehicle. You can see again in the lower left-hand corner the distance, now 116 meters and closing. Currently closing at a rate of 0.66 meters per second. Excellent view of the Progress flying over southern Russia at an altitude of 254 statute miles. All of the Progress systems performing perfectly so far. In the middle of the crosshairs, you will see in time the alignment of that center point of the crosshairs with the docking target that's just underneath the docking port on the Pirs docking compartment that you're looking at. That all negotiated by the Corps' automated rendezvous system that essentially bounces signals back and forth to a corresponding antenna on the Russian segment of the International Space Station to update navigational information for the Progress's computers, as it does for the Soyuz piloted vehicles during final approach. 60 meters now separating Progress and the station. The International Space Station and the Progress now flying over northwest Kazakhstan, several hundred kilometers north of where this vehicle launched from just over 3 hours ago. And the Progress now, and as well as the station, about to move into an orbital sunset. Less than 50 meters now until docking. And thruster firings very visible as the last vestiges of sunlight on this pass for the Progress vehicle glint off of its fuselage. Flying just to the south of the newly named capital of Kazakhstan, Nur-Sultan.
I would like to have you go to work with the AGC a little bit to improve the contrast. Oleg, it is up for you. Please work with the AGC mode so that you can see better. Copy.
Сейчас света от фары будет наверняка достаточно.
Oleg, I think this headlight will be on, and the light from the headlight will be quite enough. So I will activate the Rabota operation, and we'll work with the AGC. So the range is 30 meters according to my evaluation. PPS initial. I am activating Rabota operation, and breakout is enabled. Copy. Confirm.
Попробуйте добиться качества изображения.
And do something, Oleg, to improve the quality of the image.
Through an interpreter, you hear a conversation between the Russian flight controllers in Korolyov and Expedition 59 Commander Oleg Kononenko aboard the International Space Station as he watches the approach of the Progress on the monitor in the Zvezda service module.
You know, on my third pressing, the AGC for some reason goes off.
Промежутки, Олег, делайте.
Oleg, could you try to maybe do it more frequently? Yeah, I am doing the intervals of 10.
Just 25 meters now separating the Progress as it hones in on the Pirs docking compartment.
13. All the parameters are on the display, and I can see the electronic crosshairs. Copy. The range is 17 meters according to my ruler, and the closing rate inaudible. Copy.
"15 kilometers away."
The range is 16 meters and the closing rate is 0.12. Copy.
Approaching 10 meters.
The range is 12 meters, the closing rate 13, and the antenna is retracted and all parameters are nominal. Copy.
The Progress about to nestle into a docking port, and you can see on the right side of your screen is the Soyuz MS-12 spacecraft that launched in March to carry Alexei Ovchinin, Nick Hague, and Christina Cook to the International Space Station. It is docked to the Rosviet module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the station. The approach now down to about 1/10 of a meter per second.
5 meters. A closing rate 0.11 meters per second. Copy. 4 meters. 0.11 closing rate. The final approach parameters are nominal. Copy.
Standing by for contact and capture. Contact confirmed. Docking confirmed at 9:22 a.m. Central Time, 10:22 a.m. Eastern Time, as the International Space Station and the Progress flew 254 miles over central China. So now we'll stand by for the relative motion between the two vehicles to dampen out before the docking probe is retracted on the Progress.
The docking process is completed. So the probe retraction is completed. Copy.
The retraction of the docking probe on the Progress will enable hooks to close to form a hard mate between the two spacecraft.
Copy. In work. Deactivating recording. Andrei, you know, the docking was so soft and so smooth, we didn't feel anything at all. You know, yes, we were observing it. All the crosshairs were aligned and everything was in the center, so it was just perfect.
Скорость касания практически чуть меньше 1/10 была.
You know, the rate of the contact was less than 0.1 meters per second. Copy. Yeah, so it was moving absolutely exactly how it should be, and the docking was very soft. You know, from the very beginning, from the launch and until the docking, everything was soft and smooth. Well, that's great. Alexei, this is Moscow. If you have time or when you have time, could you please downlink the recording? Come again, Andrei? After the recording is deactivated, could you please downlink the recording, the data for us via OCA? Copy.
Just to recap, the Progress 72 cargo craft carrying 3.7 tons of food, fuel, and supplies for the Expedition 59 crew eased into port at the Pirs docking compartment at 9:22 a.m. Central Time, 10:22 a.m. Eastern Time, a few minutes ahead of schedule. Docking occurred over central China to complete a textbook, two-orbit, 3.5-hour journey from the launch pad at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, where the launch occurred earlier today at 6:01 and 34 seconds a.m. Central, 7:01 and 34 seconds a.m. Eastern Time.
Andrei, could you please come again and repeat your last? Sorry, Alexei, I bother you. So it's step 8 and 9, the close-up operations, should be performed right now. Nikolai, so are you talking to Alexei or are you talking to me? This is Alex. I was talking to Alexei. Copy. Sounds good. But he's working right now.
And we're standing by for the hooks to drive close to form a hard mate between the two vehicles.
Тут просто простая информация, ключевое слово заключительная операция, но это не по Тору.
You know, Alec, the closeout operations were voiced, but it's not regarding Toro. Yeah, so I heard this final closeout operations, and that's why I decided to call you just in case.
У нас продолжается процесс стягивания.
So the probe retraction process is still on, so we are standing by. Copy.
Олег передал ваши поздравления с юбилеем первого управления.
Alec, I relate your greetings with the anniversary of the first department to the personnel, and so I will do this again tomorrow. You mean on Friday, and you will celebrate on Friday? Yes, that's right. So it will be a celebration. Or the first, actually, the 1st of April was the anniversary itself.